Oh, damn.
Everyone, welcome to another edition of the Song Series Show, Independent Artists Unite. Welcome back for a record number of times.
It's great
I
to be back,
seen
Scott.
show favorite, show favorite. You know what? It's a great thing about having your own show because you just do whatever the fuck you want. And I always want Feen on for every show. And so be it.
And I appreciate that. I'm glad to be here.
And what is my sponsor gonna pull his money out? Renee Nocturnazine, he's not going to take that money away from me. All that money he invests in the show.
It's too good a show.
Shout out to Renee.
Love you, Renee.
Um, Ambassador.
Yeah.
The final chapter of the Capital series. That, how are you feeling about that? Because I'm melancholy about
I'm
it.
good. I you
Yeah.
know, I'm saying goodbye to this. I'm working on stuff. You know what I was doing last night? I was recording all last night.
Okay.
So um I I'm doing other things with this, and the new songs are coming soon. I've said goodbye to this. I felt good about this because I finally completed this.
Hmm.
And it feels good to complete something.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's just me being a naturally depressive person that I'm like looking for reasons to get upset. That's my problem in life.
Yeah, I do that
So
too.
I'm taking this to heart, that is the end of this series, the
But then
Capital
he'll be back.
series.
He'll be back at some point.
And I have to say, I think this is my favorite song of the whole damn thing.
Thank you.
I love like just from the very start when I was listening to this, I love this like fade up on it in the beginning. And I was like, this is one of the great things about having brain damage is even though I had heard the song before, when it comes up on my playlist, I'm like, what song is this? Like, because also I have a daughter that usurps my Spotify playlist,
Right.
my Spotify account. We have this family account that doesn't work right, and I don't understand. You need like a degree in calculus or something to understand how this is supposed to work, but it never does. So every time she plays a song, it takes over the whole Spotify account. So I half think like, is she like did she take this over? And then I never know when she's going to discover a new song. I'm like, has she discovered the Cocteau Twins or something? It suddenly sounded like Cocteau Twins to me in the beginning when the guitars
Yeah.
come in and stuff.
Yeah, no, I figured that's exactly what I had to go with because that it wasn't gonna work either way, and the guitars was so harsh. I had to go and tone things down, make things smooth a little bit, and I had to think Cocteau Twins on this one.
Yeah.
It's Lou Reed singing with the Cocteau Twins. That's what I've got going on here.
Well, I don't think you give yourself enough credit because your rich baritone is much more uh, spacious environment for melodic meanderings than that of the uh, the talk and
Oh yeah, well,
speak and
I
spell
still
Lou
want.
Reed
I
style.
was still trying to go for that though on this one. I was trying to like hold things back a little bit, just be a little bit
Yeah.
reserved.
Well,
And
actually, now that you say that now with the ambassador, the way that's talked out like that, he's done something like that a couple times. But I think yours is really effective too. That's another thing I love about it is that like multi-vocal thing on Ambassador, and some of them having a whole lot of reverb on them gives it like a special um, kind of retro but modern quality. That's the thing about Delphine too. I always say it's something retro about it, but it's also like very, very modern in many ways. So this
yeah,
is like, and that's like what I love.
yeah, no, I just do my thing, and like I try to like not I try to just try different things with the songs, and I try not to like not limit myself as far as what kind of songs I can do. And that's when you get things like this, and obviously the Texan. I just
Yeah.
said like I can do anything I want. There's like no expectation
Right.
to.
I know. It's funny how you have to remind yourself of that, right?
Yeah, like
I talk about that with James K. Ultra all the time too. We're like, well, this, and then like, oh yeah, we can do whatever the fuck we want. As if
yeah,
the label's gonna call out, hey, what are you guys trying to pull?
exactly. No one's telling that. The only people we're letting down by is ourselves. So, you gotta
Clive,
go.
hey, Clive Davis is on the line. He says, you gotta tone it down, Chris.
Oh man, looking forward to having brunch with him off the Christmas.
And maybe more,
I was reading
what
actually a
I
Lou
understand.
Reed biography a few months ago, and I heard some wild stories about Lou Reed and Clive Davis hanging
Yeah.
out.
Oh well, yeah. You could have lunch, but you might be dessert. Bum bum
Very
bum.
true.
Um, well, um, another thing I wanted to talk about too with this is this tantalizing thing. Like I don't know if it's in the second verse where this little you could just barely hear this like a thinner treated vocal comes in and kind of takes over a similar melody as the guitar hook, and you're like, "Na, na, 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 na."
Oh yeah,
And I love that. And but how did that come up? And is that you or is that
well, that's me.
Big
That's
Thunder?
all
Yeah.
me. Yeah, no, it's like I have the lyrics on one of the posts. The voices say your flight's going to be delayed. Main issue's gonna need you plane.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't
So he's
understand
like,
that, so I was, but it just like, yeah, this is like the special thing that you do where there's like this nostalgia to it. There's something about the melody and the way you're treating things that are you a nostalgic person?
I like to look back, but I'm not nostalgic about it. I'm more I'm putting my own bullshit into other situations.
Mm,
And I prefer, and yes, I have like all this stuff takes place in the past, but I'm not necessarily nostalgic for it because I wasn't a part of that world. I
mm.
never was, but it's stuff I do have a knowledge base on. And it's not so much the time period, but also just sort of like this is a normal guy. He's not one of us. He's not like a weirdo like us making music and just going to clubs. He's like but he's a sad guy at times. So,
Mm,
I'm just trying to like let in other people like 'cause sadness is for
mm.
everybody. We're all here. We're
That's
all
true.
sad. We
Yeah,
all get this
equal
nasty.
opportunity. Yeah,
Yeah. So I wanted to have somebody who is not part of our scene be the main guy in this,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
he's still sad. But he's got like, yeah, I'm not
It-
nostalgic. I do like older stuff and I like new stuff. I mean, the stuff that I'm doing, I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for the newer artists that I've been
mm,
listening to for the last 10 years because they maybe realize that, oh, yeah, because you know, and our darker music scenes and indie pop and everything, I keep hearing stuff that is done by younger people that I can really relate to.
yeah.
And it I know what they're doing. I appreciate it, and it got me to get back into songwriting myself.
That's
So
exactly the same with me. Exactly the
yeah,
same with me. That's part of what drew me back in. Yeah. I was like, wait a second. Maybe someone will like me now.
no, it's exactly that. Or there is an audience for it. There's you can be part of the conversation,
Yeah,
and that's important.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I'm not trying to take over the scene. I'm trying to just be a part of it,
Just be a part
and
of it.
this is how I'm doing it by making music.
Yeah.
I certainly
Well,
don't
I
go out.
love it, man. I love this one. But I didn't see the post with the lyrics, unfortunately. Can you read the lyrics?
Okay, hold on one second. Let me get my phone out. You mind?
Yeah, because I wanna really hear how this thing wraps up.
Okay. Ambassador. Basically, got booked on a long flight, like two of three, enjoying Swenson's at SIN, reading Time magazine. SIN, people don't know the airport codes, that's Singapore. He's in Singapore
Okay.
and he's on a layover. So they say the job's not the step up that it seems, but it's like my old boss once said to me, no small countries, just small men. You got to
Mm.
work hard not to be one of them. It's trite lyrics, but I felt that I wrote these things back in October, early October. Uh, it's just like I had this song in the pipeline for a while. I knew this is how I was going to end it, but I wasn't
Oh,
gonna.
really? Okay, that's
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah.
and
Well, actually, that's a thing about that's a one of the tenets of good screenwriting, supposedly, is you write the ending first.
oh yeah, well I wrote it near the end. I just like I came up with the music and I had that refrain when I was listening to the hook on that I wrote. I was like, and that's when I had Ambassador. I was like, okay, that's it. That's the song, and he's going to be an ambassador. So boom, I've got that,
Yeah.
and everything else just fill in the blanks. I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew the sort of message I wanted to send on the whole thing. Sort of
Well, in
being on.
defense of the trite lyric too, I mean, you're dealing with people and that are government employees and have a work under the umbrella of like nationalistic, mottos and whatnot. So,
Well, yeah, nationalistic, but also dedicated to certain ideals and certain
yeah, certain
principles.
ideas. Yeah.
And it's him reminding himself of those principles that he holds
Mm,
and the oaths he takes. So that's part of that there. And also just realizing that he is a messenger for his country. He's there. He's there to represent his country. So he's going to have to like be friends with everybody. He's going to have to even though he knows this, he would do it anyway. He has to remember these things. So let daily reminder to that your job means being a good representative
mm,
and treating the people you're going to be living amongst with respect.
yeah, a certain etiquette and protocol and stuff.
Yeah, I know it's weird things to say nowadays, and but because that's not how business is being done right around now. But I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah. Casual Fridays have turned
Yeah.
into casual life.
Oh, by the way, give my regards to your country. I'm sorry. Tell them all I'm sorry about what's going on with our guy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really disrespectful what he's doing to your country and to Greenland.
Have you seen this post from someone, or I don't know if it's just making the rounds in Denmark. I don't know if it's made it over there though, but it's just the fact that the U.S. has had so many military installations in Greenland,
Yeah,
and they leave them, and it's just a total wasteland, like
really?
trash everywhere, barrels, shit, buildings falling down, da da da. Yeah. So the last time the U.S. left one of these installations, it was an $18 million cleanup by Denmark.
Oh my God. Okay,
So,
I'm gonna
so yeah,
apologize for those too. Sorry about that, guys. We should be really cleaning up our own trash before we leave your place.
yeah.
That's our bad. I'm sorry. I really am. Oh, speaking of other things, I found this wonderful old tome.
Oh, swinging
Yeah, it's a
Copenhagen.
saucy guide for the single gentleman.
Hey, that's me now.
Okay, well, I'll send this to
It's
you.
just I just need swinging Copenhagen before 9 o'clock at night.
Okay, well,
Because that's then
I'm gonna
Grandpappy
be honest with you.
makes me go to sleep.
This book is from 72. All the
Okay.
places are kind of closed now, I think. I don't think there's anything here, but they have like some old pictures. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
exciting.
if you're
Yeah.
looking for if you were in Copenhagen in 72 and you wanted to know where you could get a dirty magazine, you could get this book and it could tell you where to
Okay.
go. Yes.
Yeah. Little do they know that
Uh,
we'd have the entire global library of smut in our pockets.
I know. You had to go and like find these things. Like I got one for swinging Tijuana. I got swinging Stockholm.
Oh, now I have been to swing in Tijuana, I have to say.
I have not.
Yeah.
Is it swinging?
That's the first time I've ever seen someone shoot a golf ball out of an orifice that was not their mouth. And that was
That
very
takes a
interesting.
I don't know how many kegels you got to do to get that power, but good on them.
Several.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to ask you something. You have
Wait,
a single out. Tell me about The Hunger.
well, first of all, I have interrupted you in the middle of the lyrics reading, and you're not even done yet.
Oh, okay.
We'll get back to that. We'll circle back.
Okay. So it basically goes second verse. It's your flight's gonna be delayed. And he says, here for the night. And the boy says, maintenance, she's gonna need a new plane. Better than crashing, but takes more time. I keep thinking about the things I've seen. Then I remember what my old boss said to me, no small countries, just small men. I'm going to mix it up wherever I am. Ambassador.
Mm,
Then you have the bridge
wow. Yeah.
taking off at sunrise, land in humidity. Driver, take me to the residence, but first the embassy. Uh,
Wow,
Without the
interesting.
title, it'd still be an honor to me. And it's so nice to be away from DC. No small countries, just small men. I'm going to shake some hands and make some friends, Ambassador. So yeah, more optimistic and than the other ones.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like it's an interesting contrast of like the everyday minutia of what he's doing and like contrasted with the large ideals and ideas behind what he does. You know what I mean? That's an
Right.
interesting contrast. Yeah.
He's got more
And it, and
responsibility.
it, and it's all in this idea of ambassador. Yeah, it's waiting for flights, it's this and that, it's this kind of minutia, but it's also this the larger ideal and the no small countries, just small men and other
Yeah, I wrote this. I wrote that
ideologies.
line way before the new administration. So, don't send me to El Salvador, El Presidente.
Wow, that's interesting. It's yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of I like this as the last chapter. It's just kind of a wistful goodbye, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
It's
like
not a big dramatic kaboom ending. It's just like a wistful goodbye.
we had the with dinner and drinks and dessert. That was ours. You know how The Wire, there's 10 episodes a season. Episode 9 is the episode where everything happens, and
The big
episode 10
drum.
where
Okay.
you're just
That's
decompressing. This
kind
is
of yeah,
episode 10.
decompress. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's already happened, so everyone's dealing with the aftermath. And so we
Yeah.
pick up 4 years after the events of dinner and drinks and desserts. So, you know,
Yeah. It is very cinematic too. That's a film thing too. Tend to.
but as I was asking you about The Hunger, because let me tell you
Yeah.
something. The Hunger was the very first David Bowie movie I ever saw.
Is that right?
Yeah. And I was not into any of this stuff. I was into Bowie,
Hmm.
but I didn't know anything about Bauhaus and uh Susan Sarandon getting down with Catherine Deneuve. I had no idea about any of those things, but it was a
Mm.
great experience as a young person seeing all that. And I have to say, it was a great movie, and I'm glad that you made a song about that. Tell me more.
Yeah, well, it's it's my favorite vampire film. Um, I think, not in small part because David Bowie's in it, and of course he was my hero growing up, and but also I think just like um, from just these classic shots, of Catherine Deneuve and the smoking. Smoking is a big part of it. The
Mhm.
elegant, and the bellowing smoke and the sunglasses, the no sunglasses, and the hair swoops and the wardrobe. It's like very it's a very like stylized thing, and I really love that. But yeah, and of course I also saw it when I was very young, but then I revisited it lately and around this idea of doing this song. And then I realized that it really is has these um, themes of betrayal, and this kind of thing of being tempted, to not being able to fight this like passion or some some inner longing, I thought that
Right.
was like really was really one of my favorite scenes is like is the David Bowie character, John Blaylock, where he can't help himself from attacking this the little girl that is like the music student. I don't know if you remember that
Right.
part.
Yeah, I remember that part. Yeah.
But of course he loved her so much, and it's like she was like part of the family, but still he couldn't stop himself. And so
And
it
that
just like kind of adds to the tragedy. And and just also the fact that he had this love for the Catherine Deneuve character, and he thought they were going to live this life of eternity together, but he suddenly starts aging super fast, and it's actually just her that stays young. So it's also
you'd
just
think he'd
totally
check the
tragic.
attic every now and then.
Huh?
You would think he would check the attic at some point during their relationship, but he just never went up there. Does because that could have like heard
I,
something, spilled money or something.
you said the attic, and I heard addict, and I was like, yeah, there's that too. It's like an addiction metaphor as well.
Yeah, he was
When
an
you
addict. That's
can't,
why like he couldn't get that high anymore because
yeah,
love wasn't working on him, and so that's why he had to kill the student, and because he wasn't thinking straight. He was like he was jonesing for
yeah,
that.
yeah,
He had the hunger. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm still surprised that he didn't go upstairs to go and visit the ex-boyfriends and girlfriends up there because that's he could have found out some things. Could have like
Yeah, but I don't know if maybe he's under some kind of hypnosis the whole time or something. You know how vampires are.
yeah, yeah, or just like if you're in love, you just
Yeah,
tune out
you
sometimes.
just do it. Yeah, well, that's a big thing, right? You ignore the red flags. They're popping. Red flag, red flag. No, no. And and I know something about that in my life. And also it's just my favorite line, maybe in film history, except maybe Rutger Hauer's closing monologue in Blade Runner. But just when David Bowie throws his arm on, Miriam, what am I supposed to do? It's just the desperation, the heartache. Uh, so yeah, I really obviously really take it to heart. But yeah, it's just like every heartbreak, every situation that you wanted for, when it all comes crashing down, you realize it's nothing's what you thought it would be. And that to me is the heartbreak of the hunger, and why it's stuck with me for so long.
It is, yeah, yeah. It is a damn good movie. It's up there as one of my favorite uh vampire movies. I'm gonna give
Yeah,
it
yeah.
still my favorite one is Blade, but that's the this conversation. I just love Blade. I just love Blade. Leslie Snipes was great in that one. I wasn't expecting much from that movie, but he did so much, and they had Chris Christopherson in there. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I love that one too. But I suppose I'm a fan of this like elegant vampire, something about this. So Catherine Deneuve and David Bowie, like both very elegant people. I mean, and my second favorite one is Interview with a Vampire, was even though this is, even though many people are upset with the Tom Cruise casting, and maybe it wasn't exactly for him, but he did kind of uphold that kind of high class kind of yeah, this kind of the high class, graceful vampire.
He did a great job. He did an
Yeah,
amazing job in that movie. I was remember being surprised. I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan. I respect the man and his work, but I was never a big fan of his. But he did an amazing job when he could pull it out and do like with Valkyrie. When he did
mm,
that movie. That was amazing what he did there.
yeah.
What was that? Magnolia.
Oh
That
yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. When
Born
he
on the
does
4th of July too.
yeah
Really amazing.
he does
Yeah,
great
it
he does
is.
great work.
Yeah, yeah. And I was also super impressed that when I saw that he had lost all this weight for Interview with the Vampire, because part of him being like, is his thing being a buff dude and having his shirt off or whatever. So he really lost a bunch of weight and was like really gaunt and really looking vampires. So that was cool.
Yeah. No, it was a good I still love that movie. I still recommend the new TV version. It's TV series that's out, but it really is good. I had my reservations about it, but no, they I like the time shift. I like the characters. I like how they change things around, and I like that Lestat a lot.
Yeah, I have to get with the Lestat. That's my problem. I don't know what my resistance is. But I love the actor that plays Louis.
Oh yeah, he's
Love
great,
that guy. Yeah.
and I like that they went to Dubai, and it's just like they have. It's just really decadent. I like it.
Yeah, so that was that. But yeah, thanks for asking. And yeah, people seem to like it. The Heavy Guitars by James K. Ultra, a lot of
They
people are
sound great.
commenting on those. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was I don't know if you probably can't even imagine that song without those guitars. But well, I had like MIDI guitars in there that were like very corny, like it's in the mid breakdown, very corny
Right.
MIDI guitars that I thought were funny. And so yeah, we combined them together. He was like, "Yeah, I put the heavy guitars in there, and then I just think they sound great with the MIDI guitar." So that was our secret there, was combining the cheesy MIDI guitar with the heavy real guitars.
It was a great contrast. It was a very good contrast because you have like you soothe people and then you hit them hard with that, and it's just the right amount of blunt force trauma to really catch.
Keeps you coming back for more.
It works. No, it did. It pulls you in. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm on board for this song, and then you like say, oh no, you ain't. And that's what I really appreciated about that. You surprised me on this one. You always surprise me with your music, but this time, like you surprised me again in a different way, and I appreciate that.
Oh, well, thank you. And I feel the same way about Ambassador, actually. For some reason, I was thought you would end with a banger, you know, and I was like also pleasantly surprised. I love those. Also, I would say like Cocteau Twins-ish guitars. I don't think it's a ripoff or anything like that. I think they sound really beautiful and really a part of your sound and your song. So it was
Yeah.
like, yeah. But and this thing of the voice in the background there, I really love that like addition. This like there's some kind of sing-songy thing going on in the background. Did you approach that when you recorded it, that vocal performance? Did you approach it in a different way, thinking, I want this to be a bit lighter sounding?
Oh yeah.
Or
No, I
yeah,
had this. I had this entire thing, all the vocals planned out, how it was going
okay.
to sound in my head. Even before I had all the lyrics, but I knew I was going to have some backup vocals here, and it's going to sound this way. I
Mm,
actually was going to have it. I wanted to make it sound a little different, but I made it sound more natural this way.
mm.
It did less force because this is an easygoing song. It's not a song that's supposed to like jolt anyone, or it's just supposed to like be a nice end to this one. Thanks for
Nice
coming along
listen.
with the
Yeah,
drink. And this guy is in a liminal space waiting for an airplane. So we're just trying to like have that sort of dreaminess, some that sleep debt kind of feel there. So
yeah.
I don't have anything like
Yeah, and did
yeah.
you have this? Did you have that guitar melody from the very start? Because that's
Oh
also
yeah.
very beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's another one of those things where like I came up with it on keyboard and I wanted
Oh,
to
okay.
like, but it wasn't expressive enough on keyboard for me.
Mm,
Like so I felt that I could bring the guitars in again and just add another layer to that and have me playing it, because play on the keyboard it's going to be you know sequenced, and I didn't want to have that. I want want to have something where I'm
yeah, I
just like
feel.
playing
Yeah,
it. There's got to be more with me playing it on there, just in my own opinion. I If I can do something and do my own thing with it, then I will, and that's that. And it worked out great. Just like I had the idea of two guitars playing in harmony.
yeah.
It's
And
just
where
two
where
guitars.
where do you think that like influence comes from? Because you have a lot of these beautiful, like really great hook but beautiful melody guitar parts, and instrumental hooks and things.
Well, first off, I listen to a lot of pop music,
Mm,
and so the idea of having a good hook, that's ingrained in you. And I listen to a lot of music from all over the place. Old 70s R&B, also new R&B, but a lot just anything I can get my hands on,
mm,
I'll listen to it and challenge myself because one of the ways especially during the winter time, um, to keep myself from getting that seasonal affective disorder thing, I always
mm,
make sure I'm listening to new things that,
mm.
even if it's not like brand new, things I have never listened to before, never given a chance. And that helps me to get a new perspective on things and rewire my emotions a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, any idea I could
Music
pick up?
therapy.
Music therapy? Yeah. Yeah, just anything that's really cool, that a good idea that someone else has used. I will borrow that idea. I'm not too proud to say that I've borrowed a lot of ideas from people. And this Cockatoo Twins thing, yeah, you're right. It's not a total ripoff, but definitely that was a jumping off point.
A
I
little
need to have
homage. Yeah.
I need to have that softness there, that needed to have that dreaminess there, because that's the only way I felt it worked. So that's the direction I went into there. I was
Yeah.
thinking it's gotta sound Cockatoo Twins-ish for it to work. And so that meant like just taking off all the harshness that the guitar had on it, making it sound nice and soft.
You know what I was wondering, too, is because you mentioned this experience that you had where you were mugged,
Oh yeah.
and you mentioned it in one of your Instagram posts and how it affected the dinner and dessert. Uh, uh, no, is that right? Yeah, dinner and dessert, right? Or
Dinner, drinks, and dessert.
oh,
Yeah,
dinner, drinks, and dessert. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, and but do you think has that experience like has it uh, has it affected your music at all? Like, are some of these softer things coming out of that, do you think, or were they going to happen anyway?
Well, this one came before the assault.
Yeah.
Um yeah, I had that one planned out before the assault. Uh but dinner and drinks and dessert, like that was dinner and drinks, that was I came up with that one because I had an idea of him having dinner with the Texan after uh the uh his testimonies, but the perspective changed
Mm,
because I after the assault, after a couple weeks, Becky and I were out having dinner, and I was really appreciating being there.
mm,
You know, I'm not gonna say like I got out of the whole thing with like 10 staples in my head and bruised bones, like this forearm had a big
mm,
old knot on it, and
mm,
I was not in good shape. But I think the thing that like got me through it was the fact that I fought back. I didn't just I I saw the guy with the gun and I realized, okay, now I have to go and stand up for myself. I can't just let this slide. I can't just like this guy has a gun. There's no reasoning with him. And so it was 0 stars. Do not recommend. But
mm.
anyway, uh I got a better perspective on being appreciative of being alive, and that's dinner and drinks and just having someone to be with and still being around for that
Just
person.
that moment. Yeah.
Yeah. And dessert was me just being mad, just being mad.
Yeah.
Just so yeah.
And how about like the psychological after effects? Any like PTSD things or dreams or anything like that? Or you
No dreams. Sometimes a little more cautious.
mm,
Because I still go out early in the morning for to walk or run. That's not changed. Just don't go out as early anymore. And I carry self-defense accoutrements with me now.
mm,
So, you know, not like you're not gonna see it, but I have it near me if something goes wrong. Nothing has. But I realized, nowadays I have to, you have to carry pepper spray with you. You have to carry something with you.
Mm.
Uh, you know,
Nunchucks.
yes, I do have nunchucks, but they really just like didn't fit in the pocket. You can't.
Yeah.
I need to get like a little belt for that. Utility
Utility
belt.
belt.
Yeah, you should.
We say at the same time, utility belt.
Yeah, just like I can carry my nunchucks and like the police like, I'm sorry, sir, you can't carry around nunchucks. Well, they're not concealed. They're really out in the open, sir. No, it's difficult. It's not that bad because like I don't feel the anger of being because how am I supposed to put this?
You don't, I think maybe like you don't feel like a total victim because you did fight back and get some licks in. Is that
Yeah.
it?
And also I don't have any sympathy for the guy who did it. But I do know that he is like a younger person.
Mm,
And I keep thinking like, I hope he grows out of this dumb stuff.
mm,
Uh, because like, 'cause I remember like when I was grappling with him, like, wait, you're way too skinny to be like,
mm,
uh, like you're strong and you're skinny. That means that you're young. So why are you doing this?
mm.
And this one like say, let's go get some ice cream and talk about your life choices.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't need to be doing this. But what I thought was really funny is that his driver, because he got out of the car with the gun,
Ah,
his friend that's in the car just stayed there through the entire thing, no backup, just saw everything going
oh,
down and just stayed there.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, clear.
So yeah, like, but
Like
basically,
clearly defined job descriptions.
yeah, yeah, but the guy lost half his gun and a hoodie. That he like his gun broke on my head.
Wow.
So yeah, and so I was able to walk away, and all things considered, everything the after I didn't like having to wait for to get stitches over at the emergency room, but definitely the worst thing that happened to me last year, and I hope it never happens to anyone else, and I hope I never have to deal with that sort of thing again.
Mm,
Definitely 0 stars, and yeah, terrible experience.
yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
but
But
here you are.
I'm able to talk about it now because we've had a
Yeah.
couple of discussions since then,
Yeah.
and I just didn't bring it up because I just didn't feel like talking about it, but I
Yeah.
did myself, so I'm fine with talking about it now.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of waiting for. I saw that you talked about it, so I thought it'd be good to bring it up, and you never know if it might
Yeah.
help someone. But what now, 0 stars for grappling with someone with a gun. What do you recommend if someone has a gun?
Oh God, there
I
are
mean,
no good choices.
you're supposed to just say take whatever you want, right?
Yeah, but all I had was my phone, and I didn't have a wallet with me. What you think I'm going to go exercising with my whole wallet with me?
Um,
No, I had like the cheapest Bluetooth headphones you can get on Amazon for like $20. And I had my iPhone, and he's not getting the iPhone because let me tell you something. That's more than just like that's a lot of hassle to go and get that stuff
yeah.
redone. Like get a new phone, get all the credit card information that's in there, changed all the stuff I had there. And also I just didn't want to give him the satisfaction of that sort of thing. He
It
came
is,
at me with a gun.
yeah,
I
it
didn't
is like a
know
really bad uh, time and place for a robbery. I mean, did he say, "Hey, give me your"?
nothing. All I saw was a guy with a gun, and you just see a guy with a gun coming towards you and pointing it towards you. And so I had no other choice in my own mind than to go through this.
Hmm,
My only choice was to go through him.
hmm.
And that's, yeah. And
Whew.
I gambled that the gun wasn't loaded. And I was right. So
Hmm,
yay. Yay me. I win that one. Because if it was loaded, he would have shot me, but he didn't shoot me. He just hit me with it, which makes me think that he's either not a killer or it wasn't loaded. So
Yeah, well, I think it's true that if you hold someone up with a gun with no bullets, it's a less of a an offense than if you hold someone up with a gun that has bullets. Is that right?
I it might be. I really don't know the law.
Hmm.
That's not I don't know. I've heard that is the case in some places. But I have no idea what the law is like here in
Maybe it's
DC.
a fake gun or a real gun. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, this was real. This was
Hmm.
very real. It was definitely had the heft.
Hmm.
Yeah, I still have like yeah, I had it
Yeah.
hit me right here, and so like just 10
Hmm.
staples in my head.
Hmm. Damn.
Yeah, there was a
Well,
lot.
glad you're still here, my friend.
I'm glad I am too, because I get to talk to you and I
Yeah,
get to make nice music and I get to hang out with people.
there you go. And now, where to from here? This is the end. Is there a new theme from here? Is
Oh
there
yes. Oh yes. I've already I've dropped hints, already told you what what title of the next cycle is going to be. And if you watched like the it's called Useful. And if you watch the Arnold Mallet part two thing I did, you will see that there is uh a hint of what that has to do with.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like that. Go on a treasure hunt there.
Oh, the treasure's coming sooner. You don't have to the treasure's going to come to you, sir. It's like I already got I got the first two songs recorded except for vocals. That's gonna happen this week. And so in May, you'll be getting new music from me. The first two
Oh,
songs.
exciting.
Possibly the
Huh.
first two, maybe the first song, maybe two, I don't know, of the useful saga.
Oh,
And it's
wonderful.
gonna be very contained. It's going to be over a few days instead of years.
Okay. Oh, my daughter's giving me the
All right.
she wants her room back.
Thanks for letting me to hang out with your dad.
You want to come say hi to Chris? Yes. This is my friend from Washington, D.C. here.
Are you making a
This
show? I
special.
don't want to be
Yeah,
in your
you don't want to
show.
be on the show?
I'm like, too like that.
Look at my beautiful
Hey, how
daughter.
you doing? Good to meet you.
This is Sky.
Hello.
This is the famous Sky Rosagram.
Right on. Meet you. I've heard a lot about you.
I'm also amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah. And she got a lot of self-confidence, which is good.
Are you done? I want my room.
Yeah.
And I want avocado toast.
Thanks for doing this, Chris.
Take it easy, man.
Talk to you
Bye.
soon.
Bye.